Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Let's get it.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. Now it's here, or should I say, I am.
Come on.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Yup. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove? Yeah. Where the money at, baby? Where the money at? Hey. Riggs! Come on, baby! 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. What's good? Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. Hey, let me know, man. Give me a like. Give me a thumb up. No. Give me a 1 if the audio is straight. Yeah, you put 1 in the chat. That's what I meant to say. It's Monday. The coffee haven't hit the body all the way. So appreciate y'all, man. Give me a 1 before we get started with all of this. The Cowboys have an attachment disorder. I mean, what we do is we cling on to the players that we have, and then we hold on to everything possible, man. And now that I'm looking at it, you know, I look at it like this from this perspective. Remember, I did the whole thing whereas we get nothing back in return from our players. Well, we get nothing back in returns. I had somebody to hit me up and say, well, they do get a compensatory pick if the player performed well at another state. But a compensatory pick is not of the evaluations or of the proper, I guess you can say, value if you learn how to will and deal. We talking about a possibility of a third or maybe a fourth or a fifth, depending on a player contribution to another team. But I'm talking about getting something in return on the front end where it can transfer into a first or a second round draft pick. That is a whole different storyline. Shout out to you, JT. Thank you for jumping in. Shout out to you, Mike Howard. Appreciate you guys so much. Ryan, appreciate you flying above the rest. Appreciate you, man. So the storyline is that, you know, the Cowboys going into this particular free agency, do they have enough money to go get these certain guys? Well, the problem is we're paying $6 million to Ezekiel Elliott. Do we have Zeke on this team, y'all? Let me know in the chat. We paying $6 million to him, right? He's not on this team. We got nothing in return, by the way. And we are paying, dare I say, $6 million to Tyron Smith. Now, that's $12 million if my mind and my money mind is telling me correct, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. That's $12 million. Now, with $12 million, that can give you a certain situation that you can go out there and grab a player, right? But that's how we manage the money. Before we even get to the field of play, you got to learn how to manage the money. And those guys would not be able to help this team out in any shape, form, or fashion. Tyron is gone. Zeke been gone for a full year, right? But we still paying for those boys. That's what I'm trying to tell people, is that you got to win the financial game as well as winning the field game, right? And that's what I'm trying to convey here. You know, you guys get what I'm talking about. But there is a sheet over here that the NFL, you know, top free agents for this offseason. Shout out to NFL Rumors. They have Brian Burns. They have a Chris Jones out there, Saquon Barkley, Winfield, and Jalen Johnson, a Christian Watson, Wilkins, I meant to say, Devin White, Patrick Queen, Calvin Ridley, Josh Allen, Xavier Howard, Danielle Hunter, Mike Evans, who you can put a stretch out on this list because just recently he just signed, I believe, a 2-year deal for $52 million. Kirk Cousins is out there. For those who want to get rid of Dak Prescott, you got a Kirk Cousins that you can swing at, and then you got Pittman, and of course Dak Prescott is still under contract for this year, by the way. But what I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, we have to make sure that we have everything in order before we continue to build the house. One must count the cost, right? Lord, we ain't getting nobody, man, and you know that. Yeah, Al Kareem, oh, come on, man. You already know I know that, man. We talking, though. We talking, Al. Al, we talking over here, man. I'm trying to get to the punchline here, man. We got some attachment issues going on. We got some attachment issues going on, man. Hey, still them boys. Come on, I see you in the chat, man. He said, hey, trust the process.
Hey, ain't nobody calling me.
We gotta trust the process, huh?
Paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
We just a sitting duck, man.
Calling me.
Come on, man. Y'all hit the like button. Share this content, man. Oh, we still them boys, though, baby. Y'all used to check on me, man. Y'all haven't checked on me lately, man. I've been going through some stuff, man.
I'm still them boys.
I've been going through it, man. I have an attachment disorder. Hit that note for you, boy. Come on. I'm still them boys, though. Come on.
Still them boys.
Here's the room fill up, man.
Yeah. I'm still them boys.
No, Eric, I ain't good, man.
I'm still them boys.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on,
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I know y'all love me too, man. I love y'all, man. We all love each other, man, and we still them boys. So with that being said, with this news and information, I try to see how we can help this team out from afar. I get it. I understand the process of us saying that, hey, Tyron Smith, he's the problem. He's been holding the team back because he's been hurt, he's been injured, he's been a process where the Cowboys can't find another left tackle. And it is better for us to leave something that we know for sure when healthy can help us out so that we can go with the unknown and figure that part out. I think that that's the process of within the process of what the process is all about with the Cowboys, right? If we can leave a known situation for the unknown. And like they say over here, there are these type of things that people say. There's the all-in approach of us saying that, hey, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's bring forth our biggest weapons.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
Because what we can do here is what can change the Cowboys' drafting philosophy, scouting evaluation philosophy, and as well as their field of play philosophy is get rid of Tyron, right? Get rid of him. Still pay $6 million, right? Because, that's just how the contract thing works for dead money, right? You still pay $6 million, right? Of the dead money that's going to count against the books, right? And then instead of getting him a 2 or 3 year deal because we don't want to pay for him down the road, I don't know how the negotiation happened between him and the Jones family, but he is the problem because he stays hurt, right? So it is better to move on from this, because somebody hit me up and said, well, Law, I mean, he's washed up, he's trash. And I asked the people, I said, well, generate and present to me the trash tape, the terrible tapes, and they can't. That's nobody who can present those things of evidence. But you can say, which they are right, that he's a hindrance to this team and for this team, just like D-Ware, right back in the days. They stay hurt, so they are no good. So it's time to disengage and find another tackle or find another guard. That's been the situation with the Cowboys. The ability to find something that they get rid of. Now, granted, with the Dallas Cowboys, when they do draft in the first round or even close in the second or even the later rounds in the first round, when they do these type of things, they do tend to draft really well in this department. Offensive linemen, they do. And that could be, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry did play offensive lineman back when they were wearing leather helmets and stuff. He was an offensive lineman. So maybe that's his expertise, right? Hey, if he can find an offensive lineman, he can do that for you. But your best ability is your availability, right? So with that being said, when available, let me ask you all the question. Who is better? Who is better? Is Tyler Smith better than Tyron? Now, he could be, because that is potential, right? Okay, let me ask you this. Is Matt, let's go, better? I'm waiting. Joshua Ball, Awesome Richards. These are things that you have to quantify. What I'm saying is what the Cowboys horribly did is that they should have, the arbiter word is should, got 2 years ahead of this and made sure that they trade this piece or figure out a way to find a dancing partner with this piece so that you won't for sure be looking for something with nothing in return plus happen to pay for it. The Cowboys still owe $6 million for this valued spot right here. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not sitting here saying that, the Cowboys are going to be doomed for the 2024 season. I'm not saying that. But you just got to make sure, just like I said before, make sure you replenish and replace. The same battle cry that I had with Ezekiel, Elijah, Elliott. I get it. He was no longer that explosive player that most people were looking for after that Detroit Lions game. But I said, hey, just like the book says, verily, verily, I say unto you, just make sure you replenish and replace those things. So the Cowboys heading into this draft, and before the draft, you got this free agency, 9 times out of 10, knowing the tendencies of Stephen Jones, he will not go out there and grab a veteran left tackle or a veteran proven guard. He's going to look at what his total body of work is within the confines of the organization, and he will either pick from there or we going into this draft and we're drafting a guy. I had a guy who did a mock draft here, and I can quite sure, shout out to Martin Talk Cowboys, I'm quite sure we could all go with this particular mock draft right here, and he got Mims. He got Mims with the 24th pick, and that could be the situation there. On top of that, we do need a center. You see, the Cowboys are already talking to Tyler Biadasz people, and they're going over line for line, and you already Tyler Biadasz notes what he's going to say. Yes, last year I struggled. It was a new philosophy and a new principle, different coaching staff far as that offensive line. Mike Solari's scheme was a little bit different. But a year prior to that, hey, his representative will say, hey, this is a Pro Bowler. This guy in the last 2 years before that didn't allow a single sack on the quarterback. That's going to be his wordplay, and that's what he's going to present to the Dallas Cowboys. Forever, ever says bring back La'el Collins at guard. Yeah, I think that he's still here, right? La'el Collins still here, ain't this right? Y'all, he's on the practice squad here. So that is a tangible thing. You know, La'el Collins going back to guard and then kicking Tyler Smith back at left tackle, and that's a whole nother conversation. But the Cowboys going to have to get this thing done, because what ultimately happens here, we are $9 million in the chute or in the hole, and we're going to have to get out of that hole in order to dance around with some of these free agent pieces. And the Cowboys, to me, move a little too slow in that department. We do. We move absolutely slow. And that is part of the issues here when you look at some of the top free agencies out there. We also have holes on the defensive front. We have holes there. Our veteran interior defensive tackle now is Osa. Gallimore is not signed, right? He's a free agent, right? Mozzie is the other interior guy. So we got Mozzie and Osa as our only two interior guys. And we have the nerve to say, hey, man, let's draft a wide receiver with the 24 pick. With the 24 pick, the Cowboys select. You know, that's a hole right there, baby. There's nothing we can do when I say to y'all that right now our interior play before the season really kicks off right now, before the draft time for your mind, is Osa, who's in a contract year, and Mozzie. And we supposed to be all in, baby.
Yeah, gosh, something wrong here.
As Big Game, just my guy Jay says, as Big Game James say, and thank you for the $2 support, says a lame duck season, hope all is well, Law. Hey. Yeah. It's by far one of the seasons whereas this is still, by the way, Dak Prescott's fault. You know, we can't leave Dak Prescott off the hook. This is clearly his fault, right? So it's his fault that we got to figure out, do we bring in Jonathan Hankins? It's his fault that we got to figure out how we can get interior defensive tackle play, because at the end of the day, the person with the most knowledge and wisdom and understanding of your defensive tackle, I ain't even talking about center and offensive linemen in general. I'm just talking about the defense. The person as of March the 4th, 2024, the person with the most experience on your interior right now is Mozzie as that one tech. Then there's Osa as the 3-tech guy. You know. Yeah. Look, man. This is clearly an assault on Dak. It's Dak Prescott, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. If you get rid of him too, everything else will work its way out. We'll figure out how to put Band-Aid over this bullet wound with the interior defensive tackle stuff, right? We'll figure out, do we go and get a center? Do we draft a center? Or do we re-up and do we pay up my guy? Do we re-up and pay up my guy, Tyler Biadasz? Yeah, that's how it goes. And there will be somebody at the end of this video who say, hey, man, you making excuses for Dak Prescott. You know, that's just how it goes, you know. let's go into this off season and not make a power play at your offensive linemen, and let's just go into the draft and draft new guys, people who never played before this sport on the offensive line. Whereas what we do, or what we tend to do, is say that, hey, these young guys, they're going to be, even if we draft them in the first round, they're going to be plug and play ready and don't have to go through any growing pains. Don't account for, even when Tyron Smith, when his first year, his rookie year here, I think he had about 13 penalties. 13 to 14 penalties. Tyler Smith, even though he played wonderful at that spot, had 13 penalties as well. I think Tyron Smith, his rookie year, still gave or allowed about 8 to 9 sacks as a rookie, and they put him at right tackle. Who remember that, right? So whoever we get out of the draft, they will be able to perform and play to a good degree. But you got to quantify that they will also have growing pains. But we're all in, though. We're supposed to still win the Super Bowl, right? I'm just trying to drive that home to you guys. If you are all in, you're going to have to bring in some veteran experiences. That's just the bottom line. Yes, we can draft pretty well, but you're going to have to do the other end of free agency pretty well as well. That just there's no – look, I get it. People have fast food mentality. People seen others that have success really easily, but they didn't see how they got the success, right? And people have the fast food mentality, thinking that, hey, what we do now in the draft, this guy's supposed to have this kind of caliber of experiences, we should win the Super Bowl. Life doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. And we can point out, there's been other teams that could be successful into that particular lane, but they never had it from this particular look, whereas you have your coaching staff, every last one of them, on a one-year contract. Because now when you look at it and you say to yourself, okay, let's go and draft this guy and say that he can be the super glue to hold it all together. And his lifespan, he never played a 17-week schedule. It's going to be harder. Not saying that it's impossible, but it's going to be harder, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why it's always better to make sure that you get things right and properly. I want to segue over to this. We got an unbelievable opportunity with Dallas College. This enrollment party or event, if you can look at it that way, with Exposure. Exposure and I had partnered together, and they are absolutely right down the street in Duncanville, Texas. And if you are in the area and you want to excel in your career, or you're looking for a career pathway, right? Check out Exposure. Check out their website. I will post a link in the description. And this right here is I'm going to say this for those who want to get in content creations, as far as gaming, esports in general, as well as podcasting. People want to know, hey, Law, how do you get your podcast groove going? Well, you can check out Exposure, and we have a team of people to check you out, and then we can go through your resume and beyond. So come on out. This event will be on March the 9th between 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock, and that's on a Saturday. And I would love to see y'all beautiful faces if you are in the DFW area. On top of that, if you're from out of state, you can still apply. Just go online or what have you. This is, before we go into the more and more Cowboys content, I'm going to let y'all know that this is a $200 billion industry with a B. Now, I ain't playing around with y'all. This is a lot of money that you can be falling yourself into as far as this career path. And salute to Dallas College, man. So let's play this audio.
I've hosted over 50 events in the esports and gaming space. I've helped over 9 gamers turn pro. That's individuals playing the game. But most importantly, over 50 individuals that have careers inside of the actual industry. These are actual individuals that have seen themselves in your position, and they took the leap, and now they're being able to do things that they love and are passionate about. My name is Danny Martin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Exposure Inc. And I started eSposure to provide opportunities for students to get involved inside of the gaming and esports industry. We partnered with Dallas College to do something extremely special. We're offering a 3-month esports management program. What's even better is Dallas College can get you access to these courses at no cost to you. March 9th from 11 to 3 p.m., we'll have staff on site to help you with registration. And if you cannot make it, there will be open registration online. For more information, check out www.exposure.gg, but we are looking forward to seeing you on March 9th.
No doubt, no doubt. So that's exposure, man, and I appreciate all of y'all, man, for supporting me beyond just Cowboys content. And this the craziest thing, organically speaking, y'all, exposure, we also gonna tie in because everybody know that budgeting, having money, and being having access to people is a difficult thing as an independent content creator, right? But what exposure does allow also is for me to pick up the phone and say, hey, D-Law, what you doing this weekend? Oh, okay, well, our team of people is going to drive you up to come talk at my studio in the exposure. Parsons, hey, man, hey, podcast Parsons, you podcasting, man? Look, hey, bro, come on down to exposure, man. We can podcast over here. We can go over Cowboys content. That is what this is all brings for all of this. And shout out to exposure. Here's the link, and you guys can all apply, whether you're out of state or in state. And like I said, and even, you could be 85 years old. You could be Jerry Jones' age, man, and still get your exposure going, your esports knowledge and wisdom and understanding going. So click here. I'm going to put click here, and then we're going to try to pin it to the top of the page. Click here, and let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Boy, woo! Who can freestyle a promo read like that? Man, that's me, baby. That's on me, baby. Miko says, my birthday is March the 8th. Appreciate you. Oh, my goodness, man. Click here. Let's go. Y'all click on that link right there. Sign up, and then let me know once you signed up or something. And if you can come on out to the event this weekend, let me know as well. And what I'll do is on the spot, we'll put you in the podcast room, and we'll talk. We'll wrap it up that way. Appreciate you, Mary Lon. Appreciate you. So speaking of that, I wanted to talk about what Marshall Falk said from my guy's page, man. He posted this earlier, and I wanted to bring this up to y'all attention. Hold on, maybe I can find it right quick. Martin Talk Cowboys. He's somewhere right around here. Let's see if I can find it. Y'all bear with me. Help Mary. Here we go. He talked, and I didn't even look at it from this perspective from Derrick Henry. A few of you guys were looking at it from this perspective of Derrick Henry, and I didn't even think of it from that thought of if you do move to a Derrick Henry, these would be the things that you will probably like, and these would be the things that you would probably don't like, Let's go. And then, if we do sign him, hey, Derrick Henry, hey, my resources can reach out to your resources, and you can come on down here to the location, and we'll sit down and talk. Yes, indeed. But listen to this right here. Appreciate y'all.
There's a couple of guys in Texas that's doing it, but I think they still need a guy, like a guy. I think Dak needs
Lady
a guy.
Gaga.
I think they found out, as much as Pollard was a guy who was able to spare Zeke, being a guy who you can count on, week in and week out, understanding what's expected of you to get the tough yards. It's easy to get the yards when they're just handing you the ball, but it's the tough yards that I look at. I think about Dallas and where they're at. They need a guy. They miss Zeke. Let's just be honest. They missed Zeke in that offense. Although he wasn't healthy the last couple of years, you saw what he meant to Pollard.
Let me say this, though, because the name Zeke have value and weight to it. I think we don't miss Zeke, the name Zeke. I think they missed the production of what Zeke was able to bring. the attention that Zeke was able to bring to alleviate some of the ability for teams to say, all right, cool. We're going to give you a soft box when you inside a certain number, right? But the attention that Zeke brought to the table, it made it whereas you still had to respect him to a degree. That this dude is a battering ram, and if you fool around and have that light box, he can lower that head, and he can give you that, and pause if necessary, and he can give you that necessary 2 to 3 yards. And what we say in football world, we call it the dirty yards. Not saying that Tony Pollard was not able to give you that small dirty yards, but they didn't respect it. You see, the respect aspect of it goes a long way. It goes into game planning. It goes into your alignment and your assignment. And it goes into when you being disrespectful and somebody hit you when you were being disrespectful, right? Then you realize that, shoot, I can't give the Cowboys that package or that look again. And it changes the way you plan to play against said player, or said team. And that is what the Cowboys ultimately been missing. So they missed when they got rid of, or when they allowed Zeke to go away, they never brought in that type of mentality back. And that's why you seen teams give us soft boxes and soft looks. That is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Allowing Pollard to come in and be the fresh guy.
You like Derrick Henry in Dallas?
Not at the money that he's probably going to want. You know, that's a deal for Derrick. Derrick has to take a deal there because there has to be another guy. And I'm not saying, you know, this is a knock on Derrick. And what I've seen him play third down and catch the ball, but they just don't look at him as a third down guy. So that means you're a first, second down guy. And anytime in this league you get down 10 points, you can't put that guy in the game. He's taken out of the game. So he becomes more of a liability. Now, if Dallas is going to play from ahead and they're going to front run, he's a great guy to have. Great guy to have.
No doubt, no doubt. So if we play from ahead, right? And here's the thing. If you see a team that give him a light box, he'll be able to penetrate and make you pay. On top of that, if you fool around needing a guy that you can throw a ball to on the edge, maybe we can get that out of the draft. Maybe you can pick up the phone, Cowboys, and call back and say, hey, Tony Pollard, hey, man, we know the run-in that you had the year before wasn't very what we really wanted. And to a degree, you got paid your biggest bag ever. But let's run it back. Here's what would be a respectful number, y'all? $5 million, $6 million deal? What would be a respectful number for Tony Pollard, right? To come back and run it back for us, you know. So those things will be the situation there. The Cowboys got to do these little small movements before they can do anything bigger down the line. Shout out to you, Mary Lon. Appreciate you, Jim. Laws, appreciate you guys. Freddie says it's amazing how flip-flopping some Boys fans are. Some of them with Dak wanted Zeke and Tyron gone, and now there are those the same fans that acting all but her. Yeah, Freddie, you right on the money with that. But that is the attachment disorder that even they may exhibit, right? You know, if you have two kids, right, and one could be playing with a toy and it's all fun and dandy, right? You know, they love the toy, they play with the toy, they go everywhere with the toy. Then they leave the toy and pick up another toy, right? That same toy that they used to play with forever with, right? Just sitting there chilling, minding his own business. And another kid pick up that same toy that they abused and they just left there to stay, to play with their new toy. Now all of a sudden they look at their old toy being played with someone else. Now they crying. Now they're angry to a degree where they take the new toy and they throw it and toss it asunder, right? Just because they see the old toys being played with someone else. And that's what it is right here. That's what we dealing with. We dealing with that on a crazy level, because the Cowboy fan base is one of the biggest fan bases. And what you have to quantify too is that not everybody knows football like you guys that follow this channel, right? So you will have the Stephen A. Smiths of the world who looking for attention-grabbing, content. You will have the Skip Baylesses of the world who will pin and point out a few flaws with the team and drive home to only one thing, right? And then you have a multitudes of people that follow their channel and listen and live by word for word that they say, and they regurgitate the same things that they say, and they put it back out here. And it's a crazy cycling, right? There's only really about a small percentage of people that really know what the hell they talking about, right? And that's just what it is, unfortunately. And we the people that nobody really collectively listen to on that particular scale, right? So it's crazy, right? So that's why I encourage you guys to tune in to the new media, like the J Tucks, like me, myself, or Boss Cowboy Sports, the OC, Vach Lombardi, as well as Skywalker, and Cowboys Fan Talk, all at Mr. Rome, Dak Attack, all of these people, my guy Ray. So tune in to people who just looks in for the bettership of this team, who's not afraid to tell y'all. The Cowboys should have moved on from Tyron Smith 2 years ago. The Cowboys, yeah, man, I like Dak Prescott, but the Cowboys shouldn't have never franchise tagged Dak Prescott. Why? Because when you franchise tag someone, it's really a dagger to them, because ultimately they know how you feel about them. Now, they won't turn down the money, but ultimately it states that, hey, they don't have full trust in you. So I'm with the belief at the end of 2018, you should have traded Dak Prescott and got multiple draft picks, 2 firsts, maybe a first, 2 firsts and a third. Maybe whatever what the Eagles got from Carson Wentz, right? And we wouldn't even be having this conversation if they are not all in on a player. That's how I see it, right? But if a player is signed to this team and they under a contract and there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, there's no wiggle room out of it, of course, I'm going to talk from the parameters of, hey, how can we win with this? I slept out of my car before. I know how it is to flip a suit jacket and a few dress shirts to make it presentable. I could have literally said, hey, man, I'm sleeping out of my car. I have nothing else to go for, right? So I'm a success story. Success is very subjective for those who out there who don't understand that. I could have waddled around in my misery, right, and said that, hey, I would never be able to make 6 figures. But by me looking at the circumstances, everybody's in some type of circumstances that they don't want to be in. And life done gave them a short end of the stick. So how do you win with the short end of the stick? That's why when you tune in to Law Nation Sports, your source of inspiration and motivation. I'm trying to motivate those who can't see to show them there's a possible way. It's not impossible with the things that we do have, but it is harder. So what we can do to make things happen that's very tangible is a few things here. Figure out a way to run the ball and figure out a way to stop the run. That's the end of the conversation. But what people tend to do is they look at the circumstances and say, hey, we would never. Oh, man, this guy is giving everything. No. We were talking about this same thing that Jerry Jones said in that presser or that conference, whatever he was slunched over, right? with the alien guy pose, right? The ancient history of the aliens. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? We were talking about the exact same thing all off season, all the way up until that year. we were saying that, hey, we need to go out there and get a true linebacker. We said it when 35 went down, Overshawn went down. We were saying if he is a rookie who never played in the National Football and if he is your best looking linebacker and he goes down, then what are the chances that someone else will excel? No, we need to go ahead and get in and go grab. We start doing videos on, hey, let's bring this guy in, let's bring that guy in. And they never moved because they were satisfied. And when LVE went down, we were all banging on the table saying we didn't rejoice at LVE getting hurt. But this was an opportunity for the Cowboys to at least bring in some true and real linebacker talent. Did they do that? Did both of those injuries happen and occurred before the trade deadline? Yes or no? They didn't. Trade deadline went and was gone, and the Cowboys didn't make one move at linebacker. So the other part of it is also the aspect of the running game. We as ourselves knew that the Cowboys' running attack wasn't very a movable force. Nobody really liked saying last year that, hey, these guys can run the ball. All right, so in order for us to not have this issue now, we're going to have to look into this free agency, for one, and get a running back. Whether it be, and I think Saquon, he's going to eventually sign with the Texans. Shout out to him and shout out to my guy, the trainer out there. And then for two, I think that in my opinion, I think that Derrick Henry will sign probably to the Ravens. Just looking at the vibes and the temperature there, I don't think he's going to come to the Cowboys. So our biggest and our best bet would be if the Cowboys can figure out a way to either bring back Tony Pollard, but make sure that you add in another weapon that can feed off of him. That would be the only thing, because the Cowboys tend to say this one quote right here, we like our guys. And that's why they're in communication with Tyler Biadasz. Why? Because there's an interest there. If you don't like bacon and apple pie, you wouldn't take the time to pull out the ingredients and the recipe for apple pie, right? So that's what the Cowboys are doing. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's see, JPJ gets a vote. Interior defensive lineman, Okay, yeah. So Jackson Powers Johnson, they are very high on him from what I'm reading right here. Zach Moss could be the possible running back. Yes, Kevin, that could be a situation there. The center must go or no run game. This is from Will. Yeah, that is the situation there. There could be a possibility that the center must go or what have you. But I think that the Cowboys may tune in and lean in on that aspect of it. They may not go and do those things. Here's the other news right here, and this is a possibility from Spot Rack. They talked about a 4-year, $120 million contract extension for my guy, CeeDee Lamb, and that's including a $55 million guaranteed, a $75 million locked in through 2026 contract. Now, 4-year, 120, I would tell you guys this, that most people would look at that and say, hey, man, you must be out of your mind. The longer you wait on this, the more possibilities that, somebody else get a contract like a Justin Jefferson, and then you're looking at if his APY is 30, then you already know this is a copycat league. And like I said before, every player is a Ryan Shazier hit away. So they're not finna sit back and say, okay, I'm going to take a discount or I'm going to take a team-friendly deal, and I know that the organization and franchise will protect me at all costs. Well, we just seen that Tyron Smith, in his entire career, he took a team-friendly contract. Let me know how they're working out for him, right? So the 4-year deal, yes, I agree. Willie T, 4-year deals. Normally Jerry liked the 5-year deals, or Stephen Jones liked the 5-year deals. I would say that even a 6-year deal, and I know that sounds crazy for a young wide receiver like a CD Lamb, but I'm talking about a 6-year deal, and you still technically have the 4-year deal, but you can add 2 voidable years at the end of those type of contracts, whereas the real money is within the 4 years, and then you can push some money down into the 5th voidable year and as well as the 6th voidable year. That's how they drew up Dak Prescott contract, but the problem is when they restructured, they had left in too many contract exciters in there, whereas the money end of it, you're going to eat so much of it. But it is what it is. Yes. Jefferson, he's not signed yet, so the Cowboys better get in front of that before that. That's all we're saying here. And, of course, there's the contract breakdown. These boys broke it down. Let me see if I can get – they did a Jefferson. He's 25, 4-year, 128, 32, pretty much APY. I'm always looking at the cap hits, and if you can see right here, 7 for this year, that won't be bad, 30 and 35, 37, 37. Cowboys wouldn't even do that deal, And this is for Lamb's contract, a 4-year, $120 million, $30 million APY, 55 guaranteed, 75 practically collectively when you do the extension of it all together. Now, in this 5th-year option, what have you, they kind of merged all of that together. When you look at the cap hit, that is where they will like to stay in a range at. I can foresee the Cowboys living with a $10 million cap hit. I can foresee the Cowboys living in the worlds of a 21 and a 26. But when they get to the 30 range, I already know how the Jones family working. They probably will be listening in to this and say, you know what? We'll take our chances with CD's cousin. You know what I'm saying? He's not a burner, but, man, we'll take our chances with him, man. And speaking of that, let me see if I can find that audio there, man, because those things are always a situation. They look at it from this perspective that they don't want to spend a whole bunch and a whole lot of bag on the money and aspect of it, because this is how the Jones family operates.
I'll come by with this young man, Keon Coleman, right here. You know, this boy played at Florida State. I played at Miami. That Florida ball is a different kind of ball. My boy Said, who y'all see me messing with all the time, told me to make sure I look in on him. So Said, I'm looking in on him. Jerry Jones. You know the CD Lamb cousin? Jerry, I didn't know y'all cousins.
Yeah, man, from Appaloosa.
Cousins. Sure enough, it'd be nice to have cousins catching passes for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? You know what it'd be like for the Dallas Cowboys? America's team.
Willing to find out.
That's what I want to hear right there. Look how big this dude is. This dude bigger than me. We need a big receiver like this. You look so good with that star on his helmet, man. Come on, Jerry Jones. Y'all stop messing around. This is what we need right here, this big fella.
Yes, sir.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my goodness, man. That's as always, man. The playmaker is the playmaker for a reason, and a lot of people saying, "I don't know, man," But then some people said, "Pay the man, man. Let's go ahead and pay this man right here. Don't boo the man, pay the man." And I would tell you guys that the Cowboys in general is always like that. But let me go, and this was a guy that did an unbelievable, I want to say, mock draft. And this will answer some of the things that we've been looking for. His name is Gabe. Is on Twitter. Let me see if I can pull this one up. Boom. And let me know what y'all live with this one. Granted, I already told y'all what we needed, right? But this is now during the wants sections of this particular portion, and then we open up the phone lines, and you guys can make it quick from there. All right, so with the 24th pick, the Cowboys select my third cousin, you know what I'm saying, Brian Thomas Jr. Come on, man, what y'all would love to get this going right here with BT Jr., you know, come on. Would y'all love that pick right there? Let me give y'all some. Oh, yeah, he could possibly be there. You know, there's going to be a run at wide receivers, especially how those boys did it 40 times, and 40 times for your mind is always make you like this, man. Shoot. I ran a 4.40, you know, I'm faster than some of them guys, but I ain't no 4.3 guy. God dog, you know. All right, and then with the 65th pick, the Cowboys select. Oh, my goodness, man. That's a linebacker solution right there. You add that into the piece, you will slow roll my guy Overshown into the mix, and boom, you know, that could be the situation there. Worthy or Coleman at 24, yeah, action power, hey, they could just blindly pick that, you know. And the 24th pick, think about that, you know, I see my guy Bear 24. Y'all know I love 24, but Bear, hear me out, Bear, hear me out. Did you really think Dez Bryant would have been there at the 24th spot? You know, did you really think that even your boy, you know, C.D. Lamb, I think he had the 17th pick that year. Did you think that he would have been there? You know, I'm going to steal this from my guy, Vach Lombardi.
Hey! Stop! Please! Come back! Please!
Hey. I'm going to steal this. Teams are terrible at drafting, man. Teams are flat out terrible at drafting. Yes, but let me go back to this Ray's Boom Boom Room. You know, teams are terrible at drafting. Nobody thought that Dez Bryant would make it all the way to the 24th pick. You know, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. But it don't have to just be my guy from LSU, BT. You know, it don't have to just be him. It's going to be some type of flavor of a wide receiver that could be there at that spot and at that selection. Where was I? Boom, here we go. So that's just how it is, man. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, when you run these mock draft simulators, it states that it's a possibility, right? It's a possibility. And what have I learned last year and the year before that basically, that some of these GMs, they sit back and they run these same possibilities of mock drafts, right? The only thing that could really throw off this is somebody trading up and moving in before you pull the trigger. That could be a situation. All right, and then they go with the Notre Dame running back, Audric. You know, I know a lot of people been banging on the table and say, Law, check out this dude. Check out that guy. Let's go get him. And if you could fool around and get him with the 87 pick, that would be good for us. Also, with the Braden, who's a shoot, did Braden run a 4.342? What was his 40 time, y'all? What was his 40 time? What was his 40 time? That joker was moving fast. I think that boy's moving fast. That boy's fast. So if you can get him at the 102 spot from Florida State, that could be a thing, right? They love that aspect out of it. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron, not Rodgers, nor Jones, but the linebacker at the 173rd spot with the Dallas Cowboys, that could be a situation there and double dipping at linebacker. In this draft, we don't have a lot of draft picks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Blaze said he ran a 4.7. Defensive tackle, 4.7. And he's about 302. You know, he's bigger than Mozzie for right now. He's bigger than Mozzie. Boy, moving, man. He got frame. He can gain another 10 to 15 pounds. He can. The problem is with this mock right here, it doesn't address offensive linemen. It doesn't address. So what we would do in this particular aspect instead of going with a Jackson Powers, would you go with a Brian Thomas? You know, so that's how you got to look at it. Do you go with the glamour, or do you go with the absolute? I need a center. And then whoever team that Thomas go to, you've seen them damn touchdowns. You're like, ah, no, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how that goes, you know. Listed at 290 is what they listed him as, 6'4", 290. Okay, yeah. You can gain 5-10 pounds like that. Law, what do you think about Chop Robinson, Action Power? Hey, anytime I listen to his backstory, dude was born 14 pounds. He was born bigger than Marquise Bell, right? But now he's an undersized high twitch guy, edge rusher guy. Chop Robinson. I think that he bring that dog mentality, and you would take a look at him. I don't know. I definitely don't know. Here's my 1,000 truth action. In this draft class, I'm so hungry to win now that I don't care about none of these draft picks. Believe it or not, I don't care about none of these draft picks. None of these draft picks. But the problem is we got to care about them because that's who Stephen Jones care about. So when they get here, we dive into skill set and what they will be able to add in under this particular system.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many missed tackles. Let's go. We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes. I hate mistakes.
I too, man.
Not the one who make the rules, right? Do it, left, do it, right, do it, left, do it, right, do it.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies
baby.
close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I've been waiting for.
Brought to you by Prize Picks. Check out prizepicks.com, and then when you download prizepicks.com, use promo code LAW, and they will match up to 100% of your first $100 on your deposit. We will be adding into some basketball content on Prize Picks to give you guys on things that you need to take a look at in that department, and that's the bottom line. We will be doing that down the stretch, so I appreciate all of y'all, man. One love to you guys. But now it's time for you guys to have the floor and give me your thoughts on everything. So salute to y'all. The phone line is 657-390-7391. Let's talk about free agent needs, and let's talk about the draft or who you want. That's the name of the game, and we can get on to that. And then you can of course talk about the attachment disorder that we have. So those 3 points, man. The attachment disorder that we have, free agent needs, and draft wants. Woo! That's a good topic line, man. Three points right there. All right, let's see who we have here. Let's go. I got from the 908. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. Swayze, talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Actually been watching a little bit of the combine. Like you said before, I really don't care about none of these guys.
Right.
I'm in win now mode. It really sucks that we can't get a contract done with Dak Prescott. It really makes no sense on both parties. It just seems like these guys don't care about winning on from the front office all the way down to the players. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I think our free agent needs is kind of obvious. We do need a running back. I don't think Tony Pollard is the person to get 15, 18 carries anymore. I think he's starting to get a little older. I mean, even though he's only 26, 27 years old, that's basically 35 years old in running back years. So you don't want to do that. So you do want to get a running back. The dude from Michigan, that's who I want.
Okay.
Even though I think he ran like a 4.5. I think he ran like a 4.5 something.
Yeah. Blake. Yeah. He didn't blaze it up, man. He didn't.
I mean, but Emmitt Smith ran a 4.55.
Right,
I really
right.
don't care about that. I care about how elusive you are and how you hit the hole.
Short area quickness.
And look
yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he's good at. I don't really care about like speed to speed. I think Christian McCaffrey ran a 4.47. You know, so
right.
Running backs, you don't necessarily need them to run 4.3s or 4.2s like a wide receiver or cornerback.
Yeah.
But I do believe running back is one of them. I still do think we do need defensive tackle. I think our wide receivers are good enough.
Hey, Sways, man. Where you at, man? You in a wind tunnel, man.
Oh, my bad, man. Let me just say this, though. I'm about to head out, though, because I know the wind's going crazy. Let me just say this. If we don't get a deal done before free agency with Dak Prescott, you might as well just start over, because we need free agents. We need, this team currently built right now is not good enough to win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
If we can't get a deal done before March 13th, start over. All right, see you, Lo.
No doubt, man. Yes, indeed. Caught my guy on Six Flags, man. But appreciate it, man. He gave me an idea of what I'm going to do when people call it with the wind tunnel. But salute to him, man. He got great points with that. We going to have to figure something out before this doggone draft get here. I do like the running back from Michigan, but not as a end-all, be-all. Not as, him and Deuce Vaughn. Come on, man. Hey, man. Hey, not him and Deuce Vaughn. Where my button at? Damn. Not him and Deuce Vaughn, though. No. So I like to match him up. And I'm not saying that he's a small dude either. He's about 220, 215, 220-ish, too. But I want to match him up with, like, a Henry or something, or somebody else, man. And somebody gonna say, hey, man, we got Snoop Connor, match him up with Snoop and them, I got from the 817, you're live on the nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix, talk to me. Hello. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. Thank you. All right. We got the 409. What's on your mind? It's Point Dexter.
What's up? How you doing, man?
Hey, man. All is well, man. I can't complain. How life treating you?
Man, life is treating me great, man. I just wanted to tell you, man, you doing some work, man. You putting in work, man. At this time of the year, you putting in work. You using every drop you can use. You working hard, man. Now, I know during the season, your show's probably, pretty easy. But this time of the year, man, I commend you for your hard work.
I appreciate it, man. Oh my!
What more do you want from me?
Hey, hey, man. Hey, it's rough out here, man. Hey, man. These content creators just be contenting, but the Cowboys make it a little bit easy. I can only imagine if we were like the the Cincinnati team or something right now. But what you got, man? What you got for me, bro?
You hear what I'm saying? They done broke to the tears, dog.
Yeah, man. It's rough, man.
Look, ain't nothing gonna happen till we get this Dak signing. You know what I mean?
Man, you in the wind tunnel, man. Where you at, man? What's going on with you, man? Where you at? Poor Dexter. Riggs! What's going on with the phone lines today? I can't take this no more. Everybody, what's going on? What's going on with these phone lines today, man? Yeah, man. Oh, man, I guess I should be watching Lethal Weapon right now. That's what it is. That time where he was on the toilet and he had that bomb on there. Who remember that episode? He was sitting there on that toilet, that damn bomb was in there. Oh, my God. That was one of the better ones right there, too, man. I watched the movie. It was on Prime yesterday called Retribution. With Liam Neeson. You know, it was a real good show. And he was sitting on a seat with a bum. I'm sitting there like, man, all I could think of, all they needed was Riggs. And he's pretty much, while everybody getting y'all phone lines together, man, 657-390-7391. He's pretty much typecast. Is that what they call it when you can only fit one role? I don't have a certain, I have a certain set of skills, I don't have a lot of money, but I have a certain set of skills. Like, all of his movies are equivalent to that movie. That's all it is when I think of him. That's all I think of that movie. Verizon and AT&T messing around today. Yeah. All right, man, let me see. C. Nix. He said that he never watched Lethal Weapon all along. I can't make this stuff up. Yes, indeed. All right, cool. Let's go with from the 682. You're live, Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
What's up, man? I didn't even know you went live. I didn't get no notification at all. I've been up since 10. Man, I didn't get
You can get
SIT, man.
Man, come on, man. What's going on with them, man? They hating on me, man. That's what they do, man. They hating on me, man.
Yeah, man. It's not only you. I haven't been able to get a boss show, big game, none of that. I haven't got none of y'all notifications lately, bro.
Man.
And I've been home like the last okay, for example, I've seen you went live like the last 5 days, Queen's weekend. I didn't get a single notification or not a single show. Not one. And I was on vacation at home.
Wow.
Man. But it's just quick. I just got a few questions, man.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that since we just basically letting everybody walk, we're just rebuilding at this point? Because it's, to me, you know how the Joneses work, okay? You know how the Joneses work. They're gonna say they're gonna go all in. Then what they do a little snake in the grass and do something totally different versus what they said in the public. So do you think, since we're just letting a Hall of Famer, sorry about that.
No, you good.
Walk. Letting a Hall of Famer walk. And do you think, since we're letting everybody walk, do you think they're doing the same thing to CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons, what they did to Dak Prescott? Because all of a sudden, we're letting everybody walk when it's time for their two contracts to come up. After blue, I'm just saying. It's kind of weird to me, but, yeah. Bro.
The thing is, no, you good, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man. That's my guy, man, from 682. I mean, he's right, but, the thing is, in business, it never change. Buy low, sell high. If that's your philosophy, I'm going to buy low and sell high, you're not finna change that up. And from our perspective, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. We like, okay, cool. I get all of that. But it ain't enough for us. We need to win deep, bigger down the line. But from the Cowboys' perspective, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. Maybe we just one undrafted free agent guy away, Maybe if we can just better, one of these draft picks just a little bit better. They for damn sure ain't looking at their free agency. And we gave them a lot of praises and flowers for at least paying attention to Brandon Cooks and the Stephon Gilmore, right? But now that you look at it after the fact, you're sitting there like, hey, those moves happened by chance. It wasn't really a calculated move. And like I said, man, and kids, man, just cover your ears for a quick second, because I got to be transparent with you guys. Success is very subjective. It is. For example, and I'm only using this for example, everybody said, hey, man, look at what Tom Brady was able to do taking less money, man, focus in and doing all of these things. He got 7 rings, man. 7 rings. Dude is phenomenal, man. He could have had 9 of them, right? Look what he was able to do by focusing in. He's a very successful guy. Look at him, man. He's dating a supermodel, making billions of dollars. Oh, man, a lot of people say they would trade their careers for Tom Brady. But, man, Tom Brady, man, you know, he come home, he probably wasn't even accepted, man, because he was so drawn in and dived into the NFL, right? And his lady getting her cheek smashed by the yoga instructor, you know what I'm saying? So which one do you want? Do you want a successful career with the lady by your side, or you want the successful career where you thinking that you got everything good with you, allegedly, put her ledge over everything, and she getting her cheeks clapped by the yoga instructor or whoever doing the top, you know, the karate stuff. You know what I'm saying? So those are ways that you have to look at it. Some people will say, hey, give me that. Give me that. But, man, come on. the karate instructor, okay, my bad. Kevin said, no, it was the karate. He was teaching her, you know, wax on, wax off.
Damn.
But you Tom Brady. Come on, man. Then AB got him some, man. So everybody, man, you got a community thing going on at your crib. We ain't talking about the other things that didn't leak, you know. And the guy that doggone get rid of. But that's just how it is. So when people say, hey, man, this quarterback should, but nah, the quarterback like, nah, man, I don't want that program there, man. Nah, man, I don't want nobody else in that, you know. So that's just how it is, y'all. Someone go get this, man. Y'all just know what I'm saying. The gardener saying, hey, man, and Tom Brady coming back from practice and everything. The gardener's like, hey, didn't he just trim the hedges yesterday? What he doing here again? The yard is nice. Yeah, it is nice, you know. But he's supposed to be Tom Brady. Yeah, who else didn't? That boy got the real life episode of life going on at his crib, man. Allegedly, you know. You need to do a DNA on them kids. Clebo from D.C., man. What's good, man? You live, dog.
What's good, Law Nation, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. You know, better than Tom Brady, man.
I know that's right, bro.
I'm just, no offense to Tom Brady, man. Give me some of the rings, Tom, man. Give me some of that money, too, man.
Yeah, he need to share that wealth, man. He need to share that wealth, bro.
Sharing is caring.
I know this ain't too many people talking about when we need. Everybody keeps talking about the sneaky need as far as, like, defensive end, and I'm looking at it like that's a major need in my opinion, man. I'm looking like the way I've been looking at Zimmer, you know, I watched a few tapes, and, you know, when he used to coach, he liked to run them A and B blitzes and stuff. Michael Parsons, when watching a lot of Corrier videos, he's like unstoppable when he's going over that A and B gap. I'm thinking they might move Parsons back to linebacker, bro, because he might be too small to run defensive end in the type of defense that Zimmer likes. So I'm thinking, man, we need a defensive end, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and another thing with that, I love Sam Williams' talent and everything. And, you know what I'm saying? You always see these guys who play certain sports, they got all the time in the world, but they just can't get it up top mentally, man. But maybe he needed a coach like Zimmer, man, somebody that's going, you know, discipline him, because maybe Quinn was just a little too friendly, man, for Sam Williams to get it, man. So hopefully he could prove on that, man. But I think we need to improve our defensive ends, especially losing Fowler and possibly Armstrong. I'm pretty sure both of them are gone. So we're going to need some defensive end. I don't look at that as a sneaky need. I look at that as a major need right now. What you think about that, bro?
Hey, man, yeah, by us with the possibility of losing out on Fowler and Armstrong, and then you're rolling in with a, 50-50 guy out of Sam Williams, because you just don't know. He could be damaged goods from the previous regime, or he can be everything. And then if you're going to move Michael Parsons back to linebacker full-time, right, and dial up some blitzes from there and tell Parsons, hey, we're going to use you just like you was in your rookie year. That was your best year. And I know Okoye been banging on that table saying, use Parsons like he was his rookie year, right? And then D-Law, that's a long tooth, man. That is a long tooth. So,
exactly.
Damn, you know what it is, man? You just revealed to me, man. I didn't even look at this, man. The person with the longest contract on this team is Mozzie right now. You know, he got the longest eligible contract, I believe, on this team on the front. So we got issues now that you really look at it like that, all across that defensive front.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
I've really been looking at that, man, because I'm like, everybody. Of course, we need linebackers. We need all the other positions that everybody talk about too. It make you think like, "Dang, how the hell we gonna play on the side like shit, bro?" You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we need to touch up on that defense. Hopefully, man, I don't really put too much credence in these Joneses, man. I don't have no faith in. And I just want some advice to the Cowboys fans. Stop listening to Jerry Jones talk. They need to pay attention more to Stephen Jones. Everybody talking about this all in. Stephen Jones never said nothing about no all in. I think Jerry Jones just. Man, he at an age right now, man. You know how they get low when they get about that age. They just like the babble, man. You know what I mean?
But you know what? But you know what though? When I saw, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't think to clip it, but it's on Jay Tuck's page, and he said technically nobody said that they were all in. It was Clarence who kind of put in, "Hey, y'all gonna go all in," and they ran with it. Exactly. You know how you just do old folks like that, and that's what I blame Clarence, man. Next time I see Clarence, I'm gonna let him know. Hey, man, you the one that really kicked off this all-in off-season stuff because they wasn't even thinking about all-in, man. Yeah.
But you notice now, every interview, Jerry, ever since that, now Jerry keep throwing that all in and all in and all in.
It brings money. It brings money. Yeah. If you go look into that point, that's when everybody ran off with it. So Jerry, he's a maverick at heart. He's gonna get that money, so he can't stop not thinking about making money, so he's running off with the plug, man. So you're right.
He's running off with it. He see everybody talking about it, man. Yeah. He a good businessman, man. I got to get out of here, man. I'm at work. But the last thing I do want to say, man, I don't really I listen to a little bit of Mike Fisher. I don't really follow him like that. But he said one thing that's really, really that stuck with me, man. He said, man, the Dallas Cowboys is a marketing agency that just happens to have a football team, bro. And that's like one of the smartest things I heard him say, man. But appreciate you taking my call, man. I got to get back to work, bro. Much love to you, bro.
Much love to you, man. Clebo from D.C. I mean, take what you want, man, but Fish, look, man, there's certain things that Fish is going to get. It's going to be 1,000%. 1,000%. And when Fish, I tell people, everybody in this community is needed. Fish is really much so needed in that spot. Man, Mike Fisher, shout out to him. If you feeling like you're down and you just want to watch some good content, check out some of these different content creators in the Cowboy space, man. Everybody got their certain lane that you can go to, man. Like Okoye, we know, man, Okoye ain't gonna play around with his food. He's gonna know everything about Mike Zim. From the color of the toothpaste that's gonna go on his toothbrush and brush his teeth with. Man, Okoye gonna dissect everything, bro. Right? Sky's gonna pull out all type of graphics, man. Gonna make you feel like you in the room with him. You know what I'm saying? When he start breaking down the contracts or the conversational pieces, Boss Cowboy, man, he's gonna break down the conspiracy side to it and tie in the real life truths to it. And also, he gonna do his homework. Boss ain't gonna just jump live without anything, Vach. If anything about Vach, for sure he going to break down the offensive lineman. He going to break down the hand placement, the hips, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. He going to joke about a dude. He going to talk about what this team ultimately need, right? But he going to tell you what real talk of what the team going to go get, right? All of those things are necessary in this community, man. And he's going to add some jokes under it. He's going to tell you, hey, this is gun under the sea guy. This is a guy that need peanut butter. Foot's going to break down. If you need to know anything about DBs, safeties, linebackers. Foot's already a year ahead of you. Foot's for breaking down people, man, linebackers last year that's going to play this season. So, man, our community is strong. Jay Tuck, man, he's growing even more, man. He's going to be able to in the future. I can see Jay Tuck. I call Jay Tuck, and he'll be able to say, hey, man, I got Parsons on line 1, man. Who you want to talk to, Parsons or Trayvon Diggs, man? Or give me Aiden Diggs. Man, let me talk to Aiden Diggs, you know. So that's just how this goes, man. If I left out anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. Look, Mark Holmes is like watching your uncle or your dad or someone, man, that can make a bike, a Cowboys bike, you know what I'm saying, out of wood and still talk to you about Cowboys, man. And then when you ever in the area and you get a chance to eat some of that food Mark be cooking, shoot, that food gonna hit you, boy, in a good way, man. I said, man, that dude, Mark Holmes, low-key should have a Food Network channel, man. That food go hard, man. Sometimes I can smell the food through the YouTube TV. I'm like, man, I know they eating good over there, dog. Yes, indeed, man. It's like watching your dad or somebody, man, you know, and look, at the end of the day, he's gonna give you real life advice that if you take it, it will help you out, man, at the end of the day. And I know some people don't get beyond what the stuff he be talking about, but that dude will give you real life advice, man. Look, he got a daughter, man, that got over 1 million views and stuff, 1 million followers, you know. She take his advice. West Coast, man, like that cousin you got, man, that know football, man, that's going to have fire events and do a great job at what he do. I can go on and on, man, with content creations over here. We got a line longer than Shaq feet of all of the people that do content over here. I got the 703, you're live, and then we had the 513, and then we have Eric. I see you. All right, 703, talk to me.
What it do, Lord? How you feeling today, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing wonderful. Talk to me.
All right, I ain't got too much to say, man. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I know this is not a position we need right now with the position we in, but I wish we could give the dude Joe Milton the third a look, man. Got an outstanding arm, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I think he the next Cam Newton, or maybe even better, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely, if we're going to move on from Dak Prescott, maybe if this going to be his last year, we probably should pick up Joe Milton the third in the draft, man, if that's possible.
All right, so the strongest arm on his team is Trey Lance for right now. I think that he got the strongest arm.
I think Cooper Rush is better than Trey Lance. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
Better than Lance.
In what capacity?
I mean, as a starter, if I'm not mistaken, he's 5-2. I mean, he's a veteran quarterback. He can get the job done. I mean, like the 49ers, they got rid of him for a reason. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what Lance can do. I mean, we're going to see him in the upcoming preseason, but, I mean, why not give, you know what I'm saying, you know, I just like.
Well, here, I know you like him. But the thing is, where we are at, there's only a few balls to go around, right? And pause is necessary. Right. Shit. But I walked right into that one. All right. So when you go into training camp, you're gonna have competition. So if you're gonna draft in an all-in year, right? And I know that could be neither here nor there, but it's an all-in season for Mike McCarthy. He don't have 2025 and 2026. He got to win now. So if you draft a quarterback that could be, like you said, Cam Newton on the high end, but on the low end, he could be Trey Lance, right? So. And then you still got a Trey Lance that you paid $5 million to, and on top of that, Cooper Rush getting paid, I'm going to round it up, $3 million, and then you got Dak Prescott getting paid $60-something million for this year. That's too many quarterbacks, man, at this point, and there's too many balls to be thrown around. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever's on the back end, like that third and that fourth quarterback, They throwing it to scrubs, man. They throwing it to somebody like me out there that really can't make a play. So remember, we were saying, hey, man, when they can play with the first team unit, right? They got, people that working, they're going to be working at Walmart and at the dollar store that's going to be blocking for them. So it's going to be hard to evaluate those boys. That's all I'm saying, though, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you. That's all I had, though.
But if he's the BPA, And if it's at the 24th spot, then you still draft him. I said all of that to say that,
For
bro.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, brother, you have a good one, man.
Yes, it is. You as well. But y'all, I hope y'all get with what I'm saying, right? Like, if you fool around and draft, it's already chaotic. It's already chaotic that this fan base don't believe in Dak. It's a damn shame that some of the fan base don't believe in Trey Lance, and some people over-believe in Cooper Rush. Something got to give. Something got to give. You got too many people at that spot. And we've been talking about razor blade thin at defensive tackles, defense in general. Yeah, all right. I got from the 513, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
What's good, Law? How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Talk to me, man.
So I got a couple of scenarios that I want to run by you and see what you think.
Okay.
So I'm thinking here, with the potential of being able to move Tyler to tackle or leave him at guard, and then if we move him to tackle, we place Bass at left guard.
Okay.
If this is the scenario that we go with Jackson in the first if he's there.
Right.
Then the second, go for a linebacker. And then I'm thinking also go ahead and sign a free agent veteran linebacker as well.
True.
And then we have Overshown coming back from his injury.
Yep.
Then we have a rookie linebacker. We have a veteran that will help coach them up, get them in gear. And then we'll have Overshown as well. Plus, we still have Damone Clark as depth, at least.
Right.
You can add depth to our linebacking room.
Right.
And then on top of that, we then go with running back in the third round. I mean, we have at least 10 running backs in this draft that we can name offhand, just about, that could fit in well with this team. And I'm curious to see, what's your view on a Notre Dame running back?
Yeah, I look at it like this. I think that the Cowboys are not going to dance around in the free agency on the front end with running backs. They're going to talk about it, but they're going to say they didn't get the deal done because they got needs on the front end with the teams, with the players already on the team. So what they're going to do is they're going to go into this draft and they're going to draft the running back either in the third or wherever we in our later round draft within the confines of this draft. And after the draft is over with, there's a wave of another free agency, people releasing running backs or what have you. Then they're going to dive into a running back from there. I think that's their angle. And I don't know who's going to be open and available, but it's going to be like a Ronald Jones, the third type of pickup, and it's going to be the most news for that month. I'm telling you, that's the play, because they're going to revisit the Deuce Vaughn conversation. They're going to revisit whoever we draft in the draft as far as their running back and look for Snoop Connor. Look for Snoop Connor name to be mentioned up as well. That's the play.
Who is this Snoop Connor kid?
He from Ole Miss. He was drafted, I believe, y'all help me out, third or fourth round by the Jacksonville Jaguars. But Jacksonville Jaguars, they're loaded. They're loaded in the running back room. They had the ETN kid, and they also had the kid, I want to call him Tanks Bigsby, and they went with those two guys opposed to letting Snoop get a shot at it. And Snoop was on the practice squad. They wanted to bring him back to the practice squad from the people that was telling me that they really wanted to bring him back for this year, but the Cowboys scooped him up, and he's on our team now. So he's a bigger running back. He's a downhill guy. He's a thumper. He's a willing blocker, from that perspective. So he's a power back, in my opinion. They may lean on that a little bit more during the offseason.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then my next question to you is, where do you ideally see Marquise Bell and Micah Parsons lining up in this defense?
Oh, wow. I see Marquise Bell slam dunking the job that J-Ron Kearse was doing. I think that Bell have better hips. I think that Bell had better recognition of plays as it breaks down. And of course he's a little bit faster of the feet. And I think that by him playing, believe it or not, a whole year at linebacker, that playing in that big nickel role, would be very, very easy transition for him. And I also think that, like what you mentioned earlier with Damone Clark, even though Damone Clark played terrible from a, position-wise, because he's not a Mike, he's a weak side linebacker. I think that in this new system, by him going back to weak side, you will see a better play from Damone Clark, especially going into his third year now. Yep.
Hey, where do you see Parsons? Where do you see Parsons lining up?
I agree with the other call. I think that we're gonna move Parsons back to linebacker. I think that if you look at Zim's defensive front, he always had bigger edge guys. He always had bigger interior guys. And from a body type, I don't think that Parsons is gonna stay primarily at edge. I think that Zim, he's gonna figure out a way to say, hey, look at what I did with Kendricks. Look at what I did even with Anthony Barr to a degree. So he's gonna convince him to, or he's gonna have more packages there, I say, of him being in the inside linebacker, outside linebacker stuff for us.
Yeah, it's crazy to see like Parsons continue to play straightforward defensive end when defensive ends are usually at least like 270 to 300 pounds, and this dude is literally getting hurt multiple times throughout the season because he's going up against tackles every single play. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
And my last question to you before I hop off is, do you think there's a potential that we pick up another big body in the interior and that we kind of shift and move around Osa as a end/tackle in the Zimmer defense?
I agree. I think that is a strong possibility of that. I think that there'd been a battle cry that Osa could give you Bennett type of movement on that line. You remember him used to play for the Seattle Seahawks and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He kind of played for us for a cup of coffee for 1 year. I think you can get that type of play out of Osa. I think that we in dire need of getting an interior defensive tackle as well, just so they can run Zim type of scheme and system. So look out, man. I just think that they probably make those moves after the draft, though.
Okay, word. All right, that's all I got for you today, Law. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Good call from the 513. So you guys get what I'm saying, right? I hope you guys understand. Like, I'm not beating up, the players that we have, but from a system, check out Okoye's film analysis and everything, and he's going to bring up names. He's going to bring up where these guys played at and these sorts of things and height and size and just measurables from there. I'm not counting out Parsons. I for dog sure don't want to see Parsons being 265, by the way. I like Parsons basically at 230, 235. But when he was saying that, hey, or 239, 240, I meant to say, right around there. But 250 Parsons, I get it, right? He want to be that edge guy. But Fred Warner, he's 239, he's 240, right? I think Parsons, for his height and size and stature and his wiggle and his worth of speed that he brings to the table, keep him right at 240 to 245-ish and make him be that specialized weapon. Let him be a part-time edge rusher, full-time linebacker, off ball, shoot through the gaps, shoot through the outside edges and what have you when necessary. All right, let's get my guy Eric in from the 206, and then we have MJ next. Hold tight. So, Eric, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks in the Mix. Talk to me.
What's up, Ma?
What's good with you, my brother?
Oh, not much, you.
Yeah.
So, I really think that Cody Chuedo from Missouri would definitely be a good fit for Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good running back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. Now, you guys are good at kicker, right?
Okay.
The kicker's not going anywhere?
Who, our kicker?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's office furniture. Both are all kickers, man. Them dudes office furniture. They ain't going nowhere.
All right, cool.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
Yep. Well, if only somebody could tell Jerry Jones to finally do something about me good.
Yeah, the thing is, like the few other callers, in the hearts of hearts, we all know that Jerry, he ultimately want to win. He don't have time to watch grass grow and watch paint dry, man. He got more years behind him than in front of him. Although he said he will be here forever, I get all of that, man. But I think that the best movement, the people that's making moves in this team is Stephen Jones. If Jerry would have been making some moves, we would have been hearing news where the Cowboys signed Mike Evans, to that contract instead of him signing over back to Tampa Bay. Or news that Jerry Jones done pulled the trigger and got DK Metcalf in as well as CD Lamb under contract now. But you got somebody who's looking over the books, man, who's not willing to pull those triggers and saying that, hey, we got our DK Metcalf at the house. His name is probably Gallup, or his name is Brooks, or we got our, that's just the way that Stephen Jones look at it. We don't need to go out here and get outside guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So things are going pretty good out here.
No doubt, man. Eric, man, I appreciate you, man. What else you got for the show before I let you roll?
Well, I got one more 50K, of course. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, man? And salute to y'all team, man. All of that. No doubt. That's Eric, man. That's my guy from the 206. So you guys get me what I'm saying. And this, I get it, man. Jerry Jones, man. When I'm 82, man, I just want to take me a few naps, man. I ain't finna be doing all of that, Law wake up, what's going on with my Cowboys, after a nap. Jerry out here, man, putting salt on his McGriddle and trying to figure out this stuff, knowing that his son is running this thing. And we just lump Jerry in with it because he enables it. You know what I'm saying? He gives the power to his son. Yeah. So it is what it is. I got from the 206 MJ, man. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Can't complain, dog. Talk to me.
Hey, y'all make some good points. Look, Law, you should be a coach. Look what you just said. Put 33 back at weak side.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some thumpers in the middle. Parsons will play at linebacker, and then on third down, you'll probably play D. Either way.
Yeah. On third downs, you move them on the line, or you just keep moving around. Hell, make it harder for the opposing team. That whereas they don't know where 11 is. At. Yeah.
And then he'll probably get more sacks this year from the middle, because they don't know if he's coming or going. And this a year that he might get an interception and take it to the house. Because I like Azima, he'll fake like he's gonna blitz, and then he goes into coverage, and that's how you throw the quarterback out. Because they see, like me and you about to blitz in the middle, and then the quarterback looking, and then next thing you know, he trying to hit that tight end, going across the middle, and Parsons got his first interception. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And I look at it like this. I know we had Terrence Parsons on the line a couple of weeks ago, and I know he's been talking, and he said, well, basically Parsons will be better at weak side. Yeah, granted, he will be better at weak side. But Parsons, to me, even the small droppage that you will have from him playing Mike, because, Mike position, it takes about 2.5, damn near 3 years to get that position all under impact there. So even if you do throw him out there, I think he can still work it. You still work it though. But keep going. You
need somebody smart, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Cowboy fans ain't gonna like to hear this. Like Dan Quinn knows he's sabotaged, and he got the two best. He got two of the best. Listen, Cowboy fans, and it's scary. The Redskins got two of the best D tackles in NFL. Dan Quinn never had that in Seattle, nowhere. He got it for the Redskins. I can see all our linebackers, DNs, signing with them. our safeties, sign them with them. They got $180 million.
Yeah.
And I can see either Tyrone Smith going to the Redskins or the Jets or Seattle to get a 2-year deal. And all you fans was crying about Tyrone Smith. Now he's gone. Now y'all like, oh, what's the Jones doing? I'm going to tell you something. And Lord just came to a mindset now. The fans done pissed me off.
Right.
And I don't care what Jerry them do. They could tear this thing up, tear it down, and build it back up. I don't care. So I've been, like you say, I've been 30 years going through this. We losing from 96 to up now in the playoffs. So ain't no big deal to me. I don't care if we go 3-13, start over, get some new players. And now I think what you saw, you can see this too. I think Stephen Jones about to start doing what the New England Patriots did.
What's that?
I think they've been listening to you long. Long? You didn't speak to it? They're going to start trading players. They don't want to pay their money to them. They're going to trade them to get draft picks. They ain't going to do it. I can start seeing them do it because they know how to draft. So if another player, they're like, no, you come in, and I'm going to tell you, only person I can see they signing back is Parson and CeeDee Lamb.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, go
on. The one receiver for the Tampa Bay side, he got 27, 28 million. So that's good. Now we know what the market is, and that's good for CD. He'll probably get like 28, 29, or 27. So it's good. So good show. And how about let me just chill out and come what happened long. I'm still going to watch football until the day I die. How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? That's a good call from him. My thing is, let me do this right quick.
The conference has been locked.
We can lock it up for those who are in here now. All right, so the only thing is that the market is two wide receivers markets. Even though, Evans signed for a nice contract, he's in a different market bracket because the market for these wide receivers is based off of production, based off of the age upon which signed. And when you are in the 30-year or more, I think Evans will fall in the 30-year-old or more bracket, right? So he won't fall into this youthful, younger age as relates to CeeDee Lamb, Jay Jetta, etc. And that's how they kind of break those tiers off of marketing, So he's not going to set a new market. And then on top of that, I think it's more of like a 2-year deal or what have you. But the problem is that if the Jones family, I just like to say the Jones family instead of Stephen Jones or Jerry Jones, they say the Jones family. If the Jones family don't get in front of the market, then there is a situation that you will pay more. The moment Chase get paid, the moment what's the other kid? I know Chase got another year, right? The moment what's his name? Jay Jetta, Justin Jefferson get paid. That will be any wide receiver that came out of the draft that year or around that time frame. That will be where they're gonna. That's where they're gonna start the negotiation at. Based off of productions and numbers and age or what have you. All right, so the next person I have is my guy from the 260. You're live. JT, talk to me. Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Talk to me, man.
Okay, so yeah, man. It's been a minute, man. How you been?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Talk to me, man. Can't complain.
But yeah, man. A lot of drama going on in Dallas, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, I understand, like, the playoff game didn't go well and all that, man, but...
Right.
You gotta keep respect. This is a 12-win team, though, bro. Like, here's the question I have. This is the question I really have. So...
Right.
For the people who are saying to get rid of Dak Prescott, like, what's the alternative? Like, we gotta stop.
Say again, you were breaking up just a little bit there, bro.
So I said, like, for the people who are saying to get rid of Dak Prescott, right? Like, what's the alternative? Like,
who do you want, right? Like, what do you want? Yeah.
Like, people are acting like it's easy to get a top 10 quarterback. Like, there's a reason why there's only 10 of them. Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh man, they caught you, man. They got you in a blender, man. I can only hear every other word, but if that's your statement there, I can play off of that one.
Can you hear me, Lo?
I can hear you better now.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, man, like people are just overreacting, though, bro. Like Dak is gonna be the quarterback. Like to me, it's just frustration, Lo.
I get it, man. It's frustrations, man. But here's what can ultimately happen. The fan base that don't believe in Dak Prescott can get what they want right now if we decide not to extend Dak Prescott and he goes into this year and he plays. But I'm going to tell you this. The odds would be more than likely that he's going to play at MVP level or more, right? I don't think that Dak Prescott goes into this season and play less than MVP level, right? He's going to play at MVP level that he played at last year or better. So what do that do with the price? On top of that, it's crazy because at the end of the day, he still have a no-trade clause on his contract. So what you're banking, the only thing that people are banking on is that Dak Prescott plays worse, right? And for those who don't like Dak Prescott. So that's where you at with Dak Prescott. Unfortunately, people are not intelligent enough to understand that portion of it. Granted, we go to the playoffs. It could be a situation that we are one and done, or it could be a situation that we win multiple playoffs and go to the biggest dance. But the problem is that you will have to wait all this season in order to see it.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, though. What you just said I thought was funny because, like, for the people that are hoping that Dak Prescott plays worse, like, wouldn't that, in a sense, like, hurt the Cowboys?
Right. Well, if Dak Prescott ultimately plays worse, then yeah, that would hurt the Cowboys. But I don't foresee Dak playing worse in any shape, form, or fashion. If healthy, right? If he's end up getting hurt or something like that and someone else come in, then I guess that the Dak Prescott, people that can't stand Dak Prescott can have a miniature parade because then they will see Trey Lance or see Cooper Rush play. And here's the other part of it. Head to head, even in a situation whereas in training camp, could ultimately Cooper Rush or Trey Lance outperform Dak Prescott there? And the answer to that would be subject to we know for sure Cooper Rush not. So Trey Lance, it would be Trey Lance versus Dak Prescott in the offseason. Ultimately, I'm going to go with the guy who just had an MVP type of level of season last year, and it's going to be Dak Prescott once again over Trey Lance. But so it's just a crazy conundrum altogether, bro.
It is. One thing I find funny, and this is, I think, what Cowboys fans need to understand, right? So, if we look at the Washington football team, right, back in, I think it was 2017, like, they let go of Kirk Cousins. And I think what we have to understand about that is that since they let him go, their quarterback, I mean, outside of a couple years of Alex Smith, the quarterbacks have been bad. And so you understand that, like, when you're letting go of a guy, even if you don't feel like he's, like, great, like, if he's good enough, like, you can't really just let go of it, especially guys that are at the level that Dak is. You can't just let go of those type of guys just because, like, there's not many guys that you could realistically. There are people that really, like, say, like, hey, get rid of him. It's like, okay, so who you go after? And, like, a lot of people are saying that, like, Dak is not, like Allen or Burrow or Mahomes or guys like that, but, like, those guys aren't available.
Right. Those guys are not available. Hey, man, I appreciate you, JT, man. I thank you so much for calling in, bro. Thank you, bro.
Good to be back, Lord.
Yeah, man, it's good to hear your voice, bro. Salute. That's my guy, JT. And that's the argument that we all can see play out, right? Is it's like, all right, so what are people ultimately expecting, right? And I get it. Most people say, hey, he's trash, he suck. But at minimum, he's going to play at the level that he played at last year or better. I don't foresee him going to a regression. I mean, a lot of people thought that, hey, Dak Prescott regressed in 2022. A lot of people thought that, but they didn't contextualize a broken thumb and a whole bunch of other things that was going on that year. All right, so I got B Bird, man, from the Fold 9. What's on your mind? Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, Blog? Appreciate everything you do for the community, man.
Man, I thank you as well for being a part of the community, man. Talk to me.
Hey, man, so I said this before, but, only in Dallas there's a second-team All-Pro quarterback and all second in MVP balloting
right
has to have a fight for a contract. Only in Dallas, man. So that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. I didn't catch your whole show, and I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. What's your thoughts on them releasing? And you can just give me a synopsis, not nothing long, but on Tyron Smith, them letting Tyron Smith go. How you fall on that?
I think it's 2 years too late. You get nothing back in return. You paying $6 million to him, and I'm not saying you keep him just because you got to pay him anyway. But that dead money is dead money, and that $6 million. I look at what DeAndre Swift he played last year for $4.5 million, and his cap hit last year was only $1 million against the cap for the Eagles, right? So I'm just looking at it from a financial piece. I get it. He's a stayed hurt guy, but why can't you just keep him here and still draft as if though he's not here? That's just mine. It's crazy.
I'll tell you, you fell right where I did. It's in staying here, and because I think he's not going to be. I think last year you got an excellent value out of him for him being a second-team All-Pro left tackle and what you paid for him. Yeah, he does miss games. I do understand that.
Right.
But if you had his replacement in place already, then when he missed games, it wouldn't hurt you as much, and then you can kind of move on from it with somebody that has already been on in NFL.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question, and this is kind of what I'm getting to. So, describe the kind of team that you think Tyron will end up on. Not the actual team, but like the type of team.
Wow. A team that go on. A team that's about to go all in. Think about this. Look, a team that's going all in, they're going to say, okay, I would rather have a car versus a bike,
Absolutely. You see what I'm trying to say this, because I think without signing him, because what you're saying is Tyron's going to be looking for a team like, say, a Kansas City or, a team that's on the precipice of winning, right?
Right.
And so that should be us. Like, we should have that same mentality, like, to me personally, like, hey, man, look, yeah, we know Tyron might not have 1 or 2 years left in him, or one. He might miss, he might only play 14, 13 games.
Right.
But we think we got something by leaving him out of practice, so that kind of kept him healthy, because 3 of his last 4 injuries occurred in practice. Mm-hmm. And so what they've done is kept him out of practice and it kept him healthy.
Right.
So if we're that team, which I thought we were on 12-5, I said that we're the team that should be getting a guy like Tyron Smith. Like, right. We're not. If you're Carolina, then you don't get a Tyron Smith, right?
Even if I'm Tyron Smith there, I wouldn't want to go there. If I'm Tyron, I'm saying, like, look, I'm going where a team that I know for sure you can get. I can leave at least. In a good impressions, because here's the other part of it. You want to go to win, and on top of that, the teams that's offering him a contract, they already seen what he was able to do off of that particular pay as you play. You know what I'm saying? Contract.
Yeah.
They're gonna offer him that, and I don't see nothing wrong with that type of contract. That should have been not Dak Prescott, but Tyron Smith type of contract. From the get-go, after his other injuries. So, like, look, we'll give you this incentive-based contract.
And one thing, so I was looking at, I was kind of discouraged when I saw that they were going to be talking to Biotish and talking to Gallup's agents. I just don't think it should be a conversation between them and the Cowboys.
Right.
I think that, especially with Gallup, why are we talking to him? I'm just saying, just take the contract out. And, people say, well, if you play for the minimum, he still just didn't perform last year. And I don't know if it's an injury or not, but we have to be looking, and this is the thing I'm going to go into, and you can comment. It seems like we do more maintaining or trying to do maintenance or keep things the same than we do about elevating the team. Yeah. We're trying to just, hey, we can get him back, and we will be the same. Can we elevate this room? Can we elevate the offensive line room? Can we find people out there in free agency to elevate the lineman, wide receiver room, and all those things? To me, I think Steven is in the mindset of just maintaining what we have instead of doing better than what we have. I'll get your comments on that.
Hey, that is the movement of someone who's secure. Like, if he can get fired off of this for signing that $60 million contract to Michael Gallup, he wouldn't have had that leverage. But he's leveraging the fact that I can still talk to these guys. I can still talk to Tyler Biadasz. I can still talk to Michael Gallup. I can still cut Tyron Smith. I can still operate like this because there's no threat of me losing my job. No, everybody's not privy to that.
And one thing, too, man, I really think that the way, and this is what I want people to understand, the way that they negotiate kind of hard against their own players, I really think that a GM that can get fired has to understand that I can't wreck these relationships. I can't go lowballing and throwing embarrassing numbers at these people. I can't go to the media and start trying to negotiate through the media with the pie and all that other kind of stuff. I can't do that. Why? That's a bad look, man. And I always go back to, I always forget this quarterback name, the one out of the Chargers quarterback.
Yeah, Herbert.
I always go back to him when I was just looking in the paper one day and they signed him for $250 million. I was like, I didn't even know the dude was up for a contract. But wow, they did that thing. They did all the negotiations behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Didn't throw their quarterback under the bus. Didn't talk about the pie. Didn't talk about this, that, and the other.
Playoff wins. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, and so they really. I think the Joneses with Dak, man, to me, is that they've never bought into him being a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. They've never bought into it. They've been adversarial to him the whole time in his negotiations. They've been betting against him, to be honest with you. And then you even look at the Trey Lance acquisition. I'll go to my grave saying he got that for leverage. And then other people might say, nah, it was a football acquisition. Well, then why didn't he inform the football people that he was doing it? It was leverage. And people say that, well, it's going to be him and Cooper going to battle it out. That battle is over. After he signed that contract, that battle is over. Cooper Rush will not be our backup quarterback next year. Jerry he's not going to end up with egg on his face behind this trade.
Right.
He's going to make this. They've influenced play to I guess justify contracts before.
Right.
And they're going to do it again. And so it was just let me go back to the first thing.
No, B-Bird. Let me just say this though.
Yeah, go on.
And I'm being real with you, man. If Dak Prescott didn't have the trade clause on his contract and they scooped in and got a Trey Lance and they put Dak Prescott on the trade blocks, guess what? I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. The problem is that he got the no trade clause on his contract and you can't move that money and you can't move him without him agreeing to it. Plus, on top of that, the only way that you can add more and more pieces to this team unless you restructure or extend Dak Prescott. And those two things are going to cripple the team down the stretch. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. But go ahead.
Well, the thing about it is with that, then you see people talking about, well, we let Tyron go. I saw some things like because of Dak. No, if the Cowboys sign Dak, they can lower his cap number immediately. Now you have all the room to do that. So I think the public, for the general public is just don't understand salary cap. Right. Don't understand how, it's not going to be $60 million against the cap.
APY, yeah.
They don't understand that, and I think the Joneses play into the ignorance of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just kind of lean into that, like, this, that, and other. And I think what they do is put everything on the players, and people buy that thing. Like, the players. And when it really is just the way you do things, as far as organization. And so, but anyway, man, I'll just call it just tell you about Tyron. I really wanted them to keep him, man. I thought it's a talent. I thought that's an all-in move. People might say, well, he ain't got but another year, but that's what we should be doing, right? We should be all in, but we're doing a maintenance thing, and I don't get that. But let me say this, and I'll get off. We don't know what the numbers are. We don't know what he asked for.
Right.
So if that ever comes out, it might be something like, nah, we can't pay him that. So we got to figure that part out first, and then we'll figure everything else out.
Look. Somebody told me that they offered TP last year before the franchise tag a 3-year, 28. You think he should have took that?
Oh yeah, he should have took that from yeah, man. And then, the thing about that is, it was interesting. Even when they signed him at the franchise tag, you could see the numbers coming in for the other running backs of his same ilk.
Right.
And I say, boy, I bet they wish they could have took that tag off. But what Tony did is Tony saw it coming out too. He heard him sign that tag.
Yeah, he heard him sign that one. Hell
He
yeah.
heard him sign that tag.
And they say, once that ink on paper, you can't rescind it. So yeah, appreciate you, man.
He was at the Star, man. I bet he's at the Star after those other guys. So he's probably at 6 o'clock in the morning, waiting on that door to open so he can go sign that.
So you can sign that.
Yeah, man. Them dudes was getting five. The guys that was the same level as him was getting like $5 million contract. He was like, oh no, let's sign this right now.
Yeah.
So he heard him sign that thing, man.
Yeah.
But Scott said, I'm sorry, Law. I'm gonna talk to you later, man. I appreciate the time, man.
No doubt, man. Salute to you, man. That's my guy B Bird, and shout out to my guy Scott Walker, man. He's my guy as well. He's my guy as well. So you guys get what I'm saying. And the thing is, man, there's two sides of every storyline. We don't know. I got a guy that was telling me, and shout out to him. He said it's Todd France. It's Todd France, not Dak. It's Todd France that want to show up on the Cowboys, man, and want to go with an outlandish contract for $64 to $65 million APY. A whole bunch of other stuff. So I get it. I'm not trying to dog it. For the Jones family to be like, hey, man, you screwed us once. We had a handshake agreement, and you guys drove the price up on us after that third week or that fourth week of the season. Y'all remember that? I think they had an agreement on the table. So that's the situation. I had my guy from Aaron. He ducked off on me, and I got the last one in here is from the 815, man. Brandon, you live, man. You the last caller of the hour, man. Talk to me, man. The other guy dipped off. The other guy dipped off. I'm about to talk to Aaron. Go ahead.
So good. That means I should get his time. I know you like to cut me short because I'm a villain, but
talk to me, man.
I want to start where Law finished. Okay. I want everybody to please open up their ears for this one. So Law don't put none of the 2 and 5 blame on Dak. Not only do he not blame Dak for that, it's not Dak's fault. The contract negotiation not even Dak's fault. It's his agent. The agent who worked for Dak. I want everybody to.
Wait a minute.
That's literally what Law just said.
Hold on.
It's his agent. What?
Let me add this in too. What I said. This is an inside source. He was telling me that it's the agent that's asking for 64 to 65 APY, not even 60. And he was telling me that they're not looking to do that, and that's what's drawing out this conversational piece beyond the 13th or whatever he needed to be signing. So I don't know what the Cowboys are offering Dak, if there even a deal that's out there. But that's what he's telling me, and I can't confirm nor deny it right now. That's all I'm saying. But keep going.
That did not change anything what I said. So again, I'm gonna repeat because Law basically just did the verbal Olympics, like the word Olympics. I'm gonna repeat what Law said. Dak Prescott has no control in his contract negotiation. It's his agent. I want to move on.
Hey, hold on.
I see what the problem is. It's not me. It's y'all.
Wait a minute, Brandon.
Go ahead.
So if you locked up in the slams and you got your attorney defending you, are you going to intervene and interject for your attorney? No, you're gonna let your attorney. You're gonna let your attorney do his job.
Yes, but you still can say, hey, don't like that, or Law, because I know Law trying to take me down a rabbit hole. Law, you do know that sometimes lawyers be like, don't take this to trial, you won't win, and people take it to trial and win. You know that happens, right?
Yeah, but the consequences of that could be diarrhea. Look, let me tell you this. There's true story. Dez Bryant one time was having a conversation with Jerry Jones, right? And Jerry Jones, and I'm paraphrasing. Jerry Jones was like, hey, man, let's negotiate this contract right now and let's get the deal done. And Dez, the wisdom of Dez said, hey, do you think you can stop me out there on that field catching a touchdown? And Jerry said, I don't think I can stop you out there on the field. And he said, yes, that's the same as me trying to stop you in this negotiation. I need to have my representative here. I can't negotiate with you. You will run fields over me. And that's Jerry Jones and Desmond Bryant. Dez needed his representative with him. You know what I'm saying? He can't make no deal with Jerry Jones like that. And I think that Jerry Jones will run laps around Dak and Dak by himself. Him and Stephen Jones will run things around him. Look, put it like this. Before you go into your soliloquy, your wonderful point here, Tyron Smith, throughout his entire career, took a team-friendly discount, took the less money through. That's on. Well, damn. That's what we talking about then, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. So wait a minute. Hold on. So you mean to tell me that Dak Prescott should be able to be as humbled and down just like Tyron Smith? Because we just seen this man getting railroaded by his contract throughout his entirety of his career. Tyron Smith, the entirety of his career.
Tyron Smith and Dak Prescott are not the same. Because again, Law Nation, because this is the problem. Law Nation been talking to some of these simple-minded people. He got to get some people that actually want to counter his argument. Because what you said made no sense, and I love Law Nation. Best show in the world. Can I go? Or you want go ahead?
Go ahead. No. Break that down because
this is two different situations. When Tyron Smith signed his first contract, it was probably a terrible contract. When Dak Prescott signed his first contract, at the press conference, Jerry Jones said, "You got me." So, Law Nation, please, I know you. I get it. When you talking to the choir, they like. But that's not true. And again, to your Dez point, Dez Bryant has a better relationship with Jerry Jones than Dak does with Jerry Jones. We all know that. So that point is null and void. We have to stop that.
Wait a minute. When you say better relationship, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm saying better relationship. Man, you fail to realize after 2014, that was an unbelievable season by Dez Bryant. And they hold that brother feet to the fire because they didn't want to pay him. That's why it took him forever to get paid.
I'm going to use my good relationship to try to lowball you. Dak don't have that relationship, so that's just like, bruh, I'm going to get what I think I should get, and I don't think Dak should get it. Look, this is why I love me, because I could be like everybody that call into this show and patronize the show and comment and just be like, yeah, no, I agree. I love this show, but I do not agree. Sorry. I said after the playoff loss, we should go to Dak Prescott and say, Dak, we can give you between 38 and 40. Anything over there is walking papers.
Wait a minute, 38 to 40? Wait a minute, what year? What year are you talking about?
Exactly what I said.
So he's going to take less? He's getting $40 million APY now.
Exactly what, Law, you heard exactly what I just said. He should take between 38 and 40.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Law. Go ahead.
What would quantify your thoughts and your rationale that he should take a deal that was 5 years ago? 38 to 40, that's a 5 year ago deal.
4 years ago.
That's an old contract.
For 29.
That's an old contract. You talking about now? You talking about Dak Prescott payment now? That's Geno and Daniel Jones money, man. Right now.
So now, Law. Now I got to be honest. Remember the blind resume. Has he done more than Kirk Cousins or just about the same? Yes or no is the fight for me. I don't know about anybody else, but yes or no is the fight.
Wait a minute. Kirk Cousins is not getting 38 APY. Come on, man. What are you talking? These are not potatoes and potatoes, man. What are you saying?
Okay.
What are you saying? Wait a minute. Are you saying? Now I'm trying to understand your rationale here.
My understanding is good. Y'all just not. Just because you don't agree, it doesn't make any sense.
Financially, that doesn't make sense.
He's 2-5 in the playoffs. You used to try to compare him to Pat Mahomes. This is fast.
Wait a minute, hold on. Lamar Jackson is 2-5 in the playoff. Justin Herbert
Lamar
didn't
Jackson
even.
is not 2-5 in the playoff.
Look it up. Look up Lamar Jackson. I'll wait for you when you look up.
Like 2-4. He might be 2-4.
No. Look it up. He only won 2 playoff games. Herb only won 0.
2-5, so.
He only won 2 games in the playoffs. He got a quarter of $1 billion.
Tell me the MVP. Y'all celebrate almost MVPs, but Lamar Jackson can't celebrate his 2 MVPs and 2 playoffs.
Hey, hold on. Let me say this. Hold on. I know you're angry and you're frustrated, but chill. Let me say this. Lamar Jackson MVP numbers are equivalent to what Jalen Hurts did last year and what Dak Prescott did his rookie year. Yes or no? If you look at his numbers, Dak Prescott under performance this year had better numbers than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was just on a better team defensively speaking too, by the way, on their stretch. That's all I'm saying. But back to your point.
I don't disagree with that logic.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Like I don't make no sense.
But it don't make sense. You're talking about a dated contract. You talking about a dated contract for Dak.
Huh?
You talking about Dak Prescott should sign a dated contract. It's not about his APY.
In your mind, that's a dated contract.
No. There's no way possible that you can give the second runner-up MVP a 4-year-old contract. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. You can't. I know you want to do that, but you can't do that. You can't go.
Y'all
you
don't
can't
value winning the Super Bowl. Y'all just want Dak to look good.
No, hear me. Listen. Even if Dak Prescott signed that old contract, that doesn't mean that we're going to get – I'm just saying, even if he signed at that number, that doesn't mean that we're going to usher in more and more players for him under that contract because they wasn't doing that on the front end.
Jones problem.
Wait a minute. So hold on.
I agree with that.
You
we
agree?
Don't like to use the money that we don't spend. That does not have any effect of what you should pay Dak. Stop doing that. That's all I'm saying.
Why are you angry? Why are you angry at the payment and you're not hearing? You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying. It's not about the payment of Dak Prescott. It's about the cap hit, and it's about what you're going to do with the money that's left over from the payment. That's what we've been talking about. Because hold on, we haven't never been doing nothing with the money, so it doesn't matter if Dak Prescott in these last 3 years, his first year that he signed under that massive contract that everybody complained about, it only accounted about $17 to $18 million against the cap. The biggest Dak Prescott contract counted against the cap will be this year. Last year, he only counted $26 million against the cap. So there you go. You had your quarterback for $26 million. Let me give you the exact numbers why we here under Dak Prescott, because he didn't count that much against the cap, by the way. It's all about the cap. It's not about the APY. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're saying. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Can I say something while you look for those numbers?
No, I got it right here. Hold on. He counted in 2021. He counted $17 million. So that's Dak Prescott. He was a $17 million quarterback that year. That's what the paperwork said. So you got a quarterback ultimately for cheap for $17 million in 2021. And then for 2022, his contract against the cap was $19 million. So you had your $19 million quarterback right there. He was $19 million. So the Cowboys, for whatever they did with that money to bring more and more pieces and more weapons, they didn't do it, right? That's your quarterback. And then for 2023, last year, he counted $26.8 million against the cap. That's just who he is for those last 3 years. That's all we're saying. So what most people get caught up on, just like you get caught up on the APY. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I'm not caught up on that. If you want me to be real, I'd have said this 3 years ago when that contract is up. We should let him walk. I been said this. So nothing I'm saying.
Wait. No, what you saying now is go give him another 40. Give him 40 right now, right? That's what you said. You said give him a contract again. What I'm saying, the discount, you didn't listen to what I said. The discounts are not working. That's what I'm saying. That Cowboys don't do nothing with the discount.
We didn't give him no discount this last contract. Again, that may work on
hold on.
Literally out at the press conference, Jerry Jones said, I overpaid for you. So how did we get him on a discount?
Let me slow it down. Let me give you the math equation again. You got Dak Prescott under the discount because he only counted $17.2 million in 2021. He only counted $19 million. Now you see the discount. Now you following me. He's not going to count no less than that. Talk to me.
Talking about money and discount and $5 specials at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right.
What did that? At the end of all those seasons, can you please tell the people who watch and who love Dak Prescott, what did he do at the end of all those seasons? Please run, and this is what I know he's not going to do, y'all. Can you run up those end of the season results? All those years you were talking about.
Throw me the alley. Throw it to me again. Say it one more time.
I'm throwing it to you, big dog.
He did the same thing Lamar Jackson did. He did the same thing Joshua Allen did. He did the same thing that Herb did. He did the same thing that Kyler Murray did. And all of those boys getting paid $250 million, and they all held L's at the end of the season. Thank God, and thank God for this right here, this knowledge of information that I bestowed upon you, and hopefully you had learned something today. I appreciate you so much, Brandon, for calling in and tuning in to the Law Nation Network. Baby, appreciate you, baby. Come on.
Law, can I get 20 seconds, Law, please?
20 seconds. Go.
I hate that we about to let go of Tyron Smith. It's such a stupid idea. We gave Zach Martin 2 years. We can't give Tyron Smith another year. Tyron Smith still our best offensive lineman when healthy. We need to use the money that we not going to pay Dak with and load up on defense. How about some Cowboys? Shout out to Law, shout out to Law Nation, shout out to the Nation. 2 and 5 Dak, I ain't never forget.
Yeah, hold on. Say it one more time. Dak, I'll be watching. Go say it one more time. Just say that phrase.
Dak, I ain't going to have to watch you out the next year no more. Bye.
Shit. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, my gosh, boy. I hate that he was the last guy. Aaron, you let me down, man. Aaron, you let me down when you hung up because I was like, hey, I'm going to jump into Brandon and let Aaron be the last one. But, man, oh, my goodness. I don't know what Dak Prescott ever did to my guy Brandon, man. Woo-wee. Oh, my God. I don't know what he done did to him, man. Riggs, I can't take this no more, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, where my emotional damage button at, man? Oh, my goodness. But I hope, man, I get it. Y'all gonna label me as defending Dak Prescott. But what I'm telling y'all, that, man, he was getting paid against the cap. Let me pull this up one more time. And you're not going to get this any other cheaper than this right here. In 2021, $17 million against the cap. 2019, $19 million against the cap. And in 2026, he was getting paid, which was his biggest, 26.8 against the cap. There's no other way, man. You can look back at this and say, hey, man, we are paying this man too much. Now, granted, he will account for $59 million against the cap this year. So that's why everybody said we should stretch out and move this and move that there. But there's 3 options that the Cowboys can do. They can restructure the $60 million. And keep in mind, that money ain't going anywhere. It's still, you're going to have to owe that money. You're still going to have to pay somewhere down the line. You can restructure that and push it back for the 2025, 2026 season and beyond, right? But keep this in mind. You already $60 million in the hole. You are $60 million in the hole right now, right? You can either extend it, absorb some of this money that you got to pay Dak Prescott now, push it around, move it up as they call it, bonus payouts, signing bonuses for the new money or what have you, and then you can take some of that money and spread it out. So instead of you taking $60 million, maybe he will only account for about $30 to maybe $35 million against this cap, and then take some of that money that you get back and go and get some more and more weapons for this team. Or you can just sit back and just see how Trey Lance and Cooper Rush do and Dak Prescott do with just for what it is at the same. And don't touch it at all and touch other people's contract. And follow the Joneses. It's right there. It's right there. If they talking to Michael Gallup, they're talking to him to maybe touch his contract once again because he's $13 million against the cap this season. Maybe they're going to talk to Trayvon Diggs next and Terrence Steele and leave Dak Prescott hit right at 59. Let him play out this year. You already you already put $5 million towards Trey Lance. Maybe that's the situation scenario. But at the end of the day, it is terrible regardless of how you look at it on how they misuse funds. That's all it goes, man. That's all we got, man. So appreciate you. Shout out to you, Brandon Ross, man. Put your hands together for Brandon, man. But they're going to have to touch somebody's money. We're going to look at all of the super chats, man. I thank y'all. I love y'all to the moon and back. We're going to get all of these super chats going, man. Y'all bear with me while I set this up. But let me know if y'all disagree with what I'm saying, man. All I'm saying is basically with tangible information and evidence, these are the factors against the cap hit. You can't run from the cap hit. And that, unfortunately, is the bottom line. You know, just so I can be transparent with all of you all, let me pull this up right quick. Hold on. Boom. Here we go. Boom. Because there'll be somebody who don't understand what I'm showing. All right. This is Dak Prescott contract. Boom. Let me make it a little pretty for y'all. This is Dak Prescott contract. And what I'm saying, I'm going to pull out my Sharpie. If I can find my Sharpie. No, I'm just going to highlight it right here. $17 million, 2021, $19 million, 26. You don't care about the APY. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about those figures. You care about what accounts against the cap. If they were to listen to those people who said they couldn't stand Dak Prescott in 2021, he would have still accounted for $95 million against the dead cap in 2021. He would have accounted for $108 million dead cap against 2022. He would have accounted for $89 million of dead cap money in 2023, I meant to say. So this year, he is $59.4 million. His contract was for 4 years, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. They built in this contract to have voidable years attached to it so that you guys can see it'll be $36 million dead money for next season and then $11 million of dead money in the 2026 season. If they restructure this, they can kick some of that money into the voidable years, but I think there's some type of policy that you can only move only a certain matter of money to those voidable contract years. You cannot escape the amount of money that you got to pay, ladies and gentlemen. So the best thing that you can do is either extend that, or you can restructure this, which will always bring that down to this price tag for 2025, or you can cut it and just eat $61.9 million for this season, right? And then you would roll over that other dead money for the following year and the following year, et cetera. So that's just how that goes on the dead cap. That's just how it goes. And the people that we talk to, these numbers are accurate. It could be off about $4 to maybe $6 million, give or take. Unfortunately. That's just how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I'm going to try to get to all of y'all super chats. Appreciate you guys so much for y'all support. Let's get to these super chats, and then we can go from there. Appreciate y'all, man. Ooh-wee! Boy, we had a great day today, didn't we? Didn't we? Let me go play some music while I pull up those chats, man, because I know some people have been donating all of this stuff. Let's listen to this right here.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends.
Come on.
10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for
While
real,
I pull that up.
to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro,
Bear with me.
peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on
Get y'all super chats together. One love to the nation, baby. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know. Mama said there'll be days just like this.
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack
Said
truck.
there'll be days
I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much.
Come on.
I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me.
All right. Appreciate you guys. All right, so Jay Diz, man, appreciate you. He says, as a big game, James would say, lame duck season. Hey, I feel you. I think we went over that. Salute to you, Jim Laws, for your 36 months of Silver Level 1. Appreciate you. Action Power, appreciate you for becoming a Silver Level member, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Cali Cowboys with the for $4.99 for your mind. Appreciate you. He said, the first key of success is appreciation. We acting like we don't have a good team. Bank that. Just need a few quality additions. Offensive line, true. Linebackers, true. Wide receivers, true. And via the draft in the free agency era. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Cali Cowboy, I agree 1,000,000% with you. It's not like you got to go scorch earth, burn down everything and say, okay, let's take this team and say that we can't win X, Y, and Z things. No, it's not to that degree. But some fans will think that's what it is, that we are here in a situation that we can't win nothing. And all I'm saying is basically you just have to move a few pieces. And the few pieces to those, it can't be Dak Prescott at this point, unfortunately. Because if you do that, you're going to take a $60 million cap hit. And then you're going to eat about $40 million next season and another 11. So you're going to have to wheel and deal your way up out of it. And the best way for it is for me to understand this to you guys is to just extend. The other option would be to touch other people's contract, right, and play this out. Right? And the third option is to not touch anything and just hit the real biggest hit and not restructure. And that's going to be crazy. Don't nobody do that. The next super chat I got from Nigel, appreciate you, Wanza, says, if Vander Esch retires, does that free up some cap space? I don't think it will free up any cap space. You still owe. I think that Vander Esch will count I believe $5 million against the cap for this season regardless because of the way his contract is. And I don't think that there's any injury settlement and things like that for his stint of contract. So unfortunately, you're gonna hit it's gonna cost you about $4 to maybe $5 million. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, from the last time I checked. But I'll take another look at it. But you still gotta owe that money regardless of even Leighton Vander Esch's contract. He's still under contract, right? So that's just how that goes. Unfortunately. That's the way we've been doing business. Keith Flores says, I need to know who Brandon Plug is because this fool is using some great drugs, man.
What do you want from me?
Damn! Damn! Dak Prescott!
I don't know what's going on with Brandon. I think that Brandon done fool around and lost a prize pick deal that he had, and he had Dak Prescott as quarterback and he couldn't get him one more yard. And that could be the situation there. But keep in mind, man, when you use prize picks, just use my picks, man, and 9 times out of 10, those picks will hit for you. Appreciate you. Last but not least, man, Action Powell, man, thank you for the $2 support. After hearing that our front office is trash, and I'm not beating up our front office, but I am.
He ain't lying.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. If I offended anyone, charge it to my head. Giselle, hey, we love you over here. Tom Brady, man. Hey, man, salute to you, man. We didn't mean to throw any shades at you, man. Hey, she was holding down, the home team while you was out there winning Super Bowls, right? So we brought that up earlier. Well, somebody else was making love, man, and that's just how that goes sometimes. But allegedly. But it is what it is, man. If anybody offended by that storyline, let me know. And if anybody offended about me saying pause, let me know too, because I heard that there's some people that say, hey, man, real man don't have to say pause, man. And I'm offended, man, that you say pause, man. And I'm offended, man. Where all the mans at, man? Why everybody got to say pause, man?
Swallow that.
LVE cap hit is $4.3 million. Appreciate you, Kevin. I knew I was going to get somebody with the cap hit. So, yeah, $4.3 million. Yeah, that's a lot of money, man. Jones, that's why they say it's his choice on whether or not he can come back or not. Yes, indeed. But, ladies and gentlemen, man, at the end of the day, a prize fighter continues to swing even when he's down. And I get it. The Dallas Cowboys, this is not no fast food order, man. I don't know what they cooking up. It's been over 25 years. Over 25 years. It's finna approach 3 decades. Now, I don't know about y'all, but all of the players that's been on this team haven't been here for 3 decades. Right? But somehow, they are the problem. And the people above are not. So we're going to have to figure this out, man. How is this working, man? What's going on? What is going on? The attachment disorder with this franchise and beyond. But I can tell y'all right now that I've been supporting this team and following this team for more than 3 decades. And it will continue. It doesn't matter if it's 5 decades or 6 decades. I'm here, man. When I say DC for life, I mean it, not for short. I'm not going to be rooting for the other team. I'm not going to slide out and go with something else. So that's just how it is. I'm always look at it from the positive view of things. And even if you say I'm delusional, well, I'm just staying true to what a fan is. A fan is a word of fanatics. And I'm fanatically crazy about this team. I think people fail to realize the definition of fanatics. Look it up. And then look up similarities with those words. Michael says he won a parade. Iceberg Slim, salute to you. H.G. Wells says 25-year-old Pimpin' Jerry. Yeah. But even a garbage can get a steak here and there. Sometimes teams can catch lightning in the bottle. Don't y'all be the people. Don't y'all be the people that leave when finally we get that steak. Don't be the people that leave when we finally catch the lightning. Yes, indeed, man. Nah, I wasn't driving that truck that Shay Sharp got out of. But I ain't gonna talk about Shay Sharp. I'm gonna leave that man to his own devices of wearing tattoos that's considered clothing in a purse. Shout out to the Shay Sharps of the world and his community, dare I say. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, that's a double entendre, right? But I said to his community, right?
Swallowed up.
Law, you a fool, man. You'll never get on Shay Shay's podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't crazy like Day Day. They said, man, he got some stuff for Shay Sharp. And then they end up holding hands and hugging. But that's a whole nother conversation line right there. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Let's go.
Give me my theme music.
Come on.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something?
I bet somebody down like that. Yeah. Come on.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Be sure to hit the like, share this content. Sharing is caring. Shout out to the Shay Sharps of the world, the Tom Brady's, the Michael Parsons, everybody, man. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Thank everybody, man, for supporting, sharing, and caring. Salute to the Tyron Smith and the knee brace. The knee brace gang. Come on. Who it long? Hey.
Still the same, not switching sides. Now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's where more.
Shout out to Unlucky. Appreciate you. Shout out to Wartime Raiders. JT, appreciate you. The new members, Jim, Action. Shout out to the Super Chats. J Diz, Keith Floyd, Action Pow. Come on. I need some deals, man. Hit me up, man. Hit me up, Shay Sharp, man. Let me get some of that liquor. Come on, man. Shout out to you, Sean. Shout out to Cowboys Experience. Shout out to all of the people. Rogue Shop, man. Salute to them. Be sure to check out rogueshop.com. Use promo code LAW. Prize picks as well. Come on. Hey. Come on.
Kind of check a song.
Like this motherfucker. No, that motherfucker don't miss, man. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Oh, snap, man.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's a better team. And I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go, birds fly, Eagles fly. Still
hey, now they living rent free in my mind, huh? Oh my gosh, man! I just had to play that, man. You know, I couldn't let the last caller be only of Brandon. You know, we had to play that one, huh, Brandon? You know, let's get on up out of here, man. Let me find my other outro music. Y'all know I got the longest outro in life. Come on, just rock your shoulders with me. You don't have to move fast. Hey. Hey. Come on. Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Come on. Come on. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. Don't let them hit you, baby.
Hey, bro, come on. Come on, man.
My only thing is, even with Shay Sharp, man, I just hit. He don't want nobody to talk about him, but he talk about everybody himself. And the craziest thing is, even with Shay Sharp, you know, I get it. You know, the man say he ain't gay. You know, I get it, all that. You know, he like women, he like doing all of the other things. But it was cool when everybody was talking about Prince. You see? It was cool when everybody was talking about Michael Jackson. So they gonna talk about you. If you a zesty dude that wearing a man purse, they gonna talk about you on that. Let me know if I'm wrong, man. So it's just what it is. Shout out to Shay. That's just what it is. All at once. He's a zesty guy. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. I always think about an 88 Cutlass HG. We riding, seat low. R.I.P. to Prince and Michael. Yo. And we just ride, man. Be on day or two. I follow. Come on. You see, boom, boom. Day or two. Let's get it, baby. For those way in the back. Let me see if I can pull this up. For those who need the context. For those who need the context, let's see if I can find it right here. I mean, come on, man. Let's see if I find some more context to it. They talking about this right here.
Outside doing crimes and
let me see, Shay, right? Shay. You gotta be careful when you jump in on what you call this website now? You got to be careful when you strolling through Twitter now. They be showing all type of stuff out here. Here you go, right here. They talking about this video right here. Ain't no way, dog. No. Hey, man, you be confident in everything, but I got to let them breathe down below, man. You know, that's just too tight. You know, that's just what it is. And then salute to the muscle gang and all of that stuff. But they don't talk about him, dog. That's just how it is. And they talked about Prince. They talked about Michael Jackson. They talked about fellas. So it's just what it is. Damn. Let's get on up out of here, man. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is.
Not the one who make the rules, right? Do it, do it, right.
Get on up out of here, man. Salute. One love to y'all, baby.
Sacrifice. Don't give up the fight.
It's an evil world we live in.
Nobody does it better. They can come closer than close, yeah. Original they never will be.
Until next time, salute.